What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. The book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. The link will be in the description box below. The race to classic men. Yeah. So, as you see some brothers talking about the Section 8 thing, and people are pointing out um, how the gender war is winding down again, and people are back to making their comments and shit. And the economy is gonna be, the way it's looking is on the precipice of shit really about to get real. And you got all these people talking about interracial dating and black love and black relationships, or the lack thereof of black love and black relationships. And brothers who are classic men, they keep warning y'all that this shit's about to change real fast. So this is what people are saying. I'm gonna break it down, break some things down, not all things, because I ain't got it like that. I ain't got it on lock like that. First and foremost, every once because this country owes so much money, us black men, especially quote unquote the classic men, are the men in some ways the lowest on the totem pole because you know we're the most needed but most hated. You know, most disrespected in public and the most yearned for in private, or respected in private so don't nobody see us. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's fine ass side chick that you don't want to take out in public because you say they're an embarrassment to you, but really you'll be an embarrassment to them because you ain't really on a level like that. But just bear with me. What's going on is this. These ladies who've been killing it in the game don't need a man. You starting to increasingly see that these ladies ain't killing it in the game and they need a man. And the Section 8 thing is the least of our worries. Because you got to remember, they got the women who are not on Section 8, student loans. You got the women, and some of these women don't have kids, but they got them student loans. And you got the women who are strong and independent, but they spent so much money on fashion and beauty that, you know, let's just say that their hair and their clothes is going to keep them in poverty because loving their natural state is just too psychologically difficult. So now you're going to have the swirlers on the back end of this, who all of a sudden, all these other groups of men who they are caping for it are not going to want them. And then they're going to try to, run back and act like I've always loved you. It's not going to work. You're going to have your overweight women who going to start getting into health and fitness because they're going to need that man. Because all these women are going to need a man. And they're going to look for a man who's best suited to be able to handle the rough times ahead. And usually that's a classic man because of when we talk about classic men, they're more well-rounded. You know, they can handle a bevy of different things. They because of being relegated and disrespected for being classic men, these same guys can, head a household, hold down a household. They do all the man things, and they eat good, they live good, they cook, they clean, they pretty much are self-sufficient. And you're gonna have a bunch of women who aren't self-sufficient who are gonna who can't depend on the swag guys that they love so much because those guys, swag is not gonna save them. You're gonna starve. Swag don't feed you. You know what I mean? Swag is fun, but it ain't fun when swag can can't put you in a comfortable position. Because once you can't be, you have to be independent to deal with a guy who quote unquote lives with swag. Excuse me, which is just confidence sometimes. But I think a lot of times we look at it like it's an overconfidence of guys who have an abundance of confidence and a complete utter lack of ability. But that's just my opinion on that. But getting back to it, you're gonna have these overweight women who are gonna all of a sudden be more conscious of their bodies and try to get themselves in shape, and then so they can get a man. And you're like, okay, you're gonna have these women who are strong and independent, who always told you what they wasn't gonna do for no man, all of a sudden have a hankering to learn how to be more feminine so they can actually cater to a man. And you're gonna have these non-black women who, when the getting was good, they were too good for you. But now that everybody's scraping and scrambling for some type of position, or not necessarily, yeah, position, and some type of lifestyle close to the one that they want to live, color's not going to matter as much for the time being, but it's going to matter. But what you're gonna constantly see is people being disingenuous. And the crazy part about it is, why guys are telling y'all fellas to be patient is because in disingenuous people are gonna be at an all-time high trying to act their best. But because of all of the bullshit that people have been doing for so long, a lot of people are on autopilot to the point where they can't even tell that they're telling on themselves. And all you got to do is sit back and watch, and you're gonna watch them tell on themselves over and over and over again. Are they really into you? Absolutely not. Are they into what you can provide for them? Absolutely. But are these the same people that said you couldn't do shit for them? Absolutely. So there's gonna be some type of resentment there because these people still don't like you, but they like being able to live off of you. So this is why I'm saying it's gonna be a race to the classic man, because the more financially well-off guys not gonna be financially well-off no more. They're gonna be living a tighter lifestyle, and because they're living a tighter lifestyle, they're gonna crack up. Because a lot of non-black men don't want to admit this, but this is very true. All of these other races' economies have some form of digging in our pockets to get ahead. And this country is so far in debt, it's gonna be hard to dig in our pockets to get ahead, because we don't racism, white supremacy, and everybody who's non-black benefiting off of white supremacy, and black people benefiting off of white supremacy, did one thing for the economy with black men. We don't participate in it like everybody else. So we're not as bound to it as everybody else. So when it crumbles, I said, man, you know, wow, everybody's going to be disenfranchised. Oh, welcome to the club. So what? You need help? Why should I help you? Because the bottom fell out? Well, I should help you on your feet so y'all can all team together to fuck me up again. No, you're on your own, B. Fight for yourself. Everybody is so big and strong and fast, and everybody's killing it in the game. Let's see. Let's see how really how really much of a beast everybody is so far. We'll see who's really, the savage out here, right? Just saying. But you gotta watch it, fellas, cause you know, and if y'all ain't paid attention to this, you notice while we're talking about this, one thing that's missing in this whole conversation is, don't you remember the male birth control pill was being talked about last year? Kind of ironic timing. I bet you they try to kill that shit before it gets out, because that'll really kill a whole lot of problems. It's not just about unprotected sex and babies. It's the idea that, in the near future, these women won't be able to get. You're not going to get the benefits off of the government as much anymore, and these guys ain't gonna be trying to get you pregnant anymore because of what they've seen over the years, how the government and family courts and women have their basic collusion. So you got to watch yourselves, because everybody's gonna be running to you, and everybody's gonna have a handout, and you play every game in the book. So protect yourself, fellas, from every group, We out.